Hello, and a warm welcome to our special year-end Love Athletics show. Throughout the year, we bring you the latest highlights from our sport with expert input from different continental areas. In this special edition, we have asked athletes, media representatives, and officials to tell us what were their favorite athletics moments of 2022. Here are the responses from athletics lovers from around the world. Veteran journalist, Vienna-based Olaf Brockmann, has seen many special moments throughout his long career, and he had no doubts in choosing his top moment of 2022.
For me, it was not only the most moving moment in international athletics in 2022, but also the most emotional goal in the history of World Indoor Championships ever. The circumstances under which Jaroslav Lamaguchik won the title in the high jump in Belgrade are without counterpart. On 24th of February, the Russian war in Ukraine began. Yaroslava described how she woke up in Dnieper at 4:30 in the morning to the terrible sounds of explosions. She knew immediately that the war had begun. Later, she reported that after hours in total panic, she had left the city for a small village not far from home. She was forced to spend a few days in a cellar. There was never thought of athletics. Only after a few days she started with light training again. Her participation at the World Championships seemed impossible. And yet a small miracle happened. Her trip to Belgrade was planned carefully. By car, she made it from Ukraine to Belgrade in 3 days and 3 nights, almost 2,000 kilometers. On 9th of March, she arrived in Belgrade, started training. She said, but it was impossible to concentrate on the competition. My mind was only on the Ukraine and the war. But she wanted to win gold for her compatriots, and she did it. Once she was nearly out of the competition. She failed twice at 2 meters, but on her third attempt she cleared this height. A little later she jumped over 202 as well and won gold. Yaroslava answered the questions at the press conference very calmly. I won gold today for the Ukrainians, for the soldiers who defend our country. No question for me. Her gold was the most emotional moment in athletics 2022.
Thank you, Olaf. Jaroslava Maguchik indeed displayed amazing fortitude in Belgrade. One of my favorite videos of the compilation is from amazing Qatari high jumper Mutaz Barshim.
Hi everyone, Mutaz Barsham here. And about the highlight of the season so far, it's a bit difficult to be honest because there's a lot of great achievement this season. But if I'm gonna have to pick one, I will pick the performance of Sherian Fraser-Pryce. Winning again the 100 meters is like incredible, and I believe during my career, I learned that it's really difficult to stay consistent in such a high level for so many years under different circumstances, more pressure. The better you get, you're always the one that lead. You have so much attention, a lot of responsibilities. Being able to repeat such a high performance and for so many years, that consistency, I think that's my highlight of the season.
Thank you, Mutaz. You kind of expect athletes to speak about themselves. So the fact Mutaz chose another athlete and his reasons for it show just what a wonderful person he is. Ivorian coach Anthony Kofi also sent us his favorite moments.
Bonjour, ce message est pour Anna Legnani, du service de communication de World Athletics, et à toute son équipe. C'est coach Anthony depuis Abidjan, Anthony Kofi, Côte d'Ivoire. entraîneur de sprint de world class. Pour la saison 2022, ce que je retiens en tant qu'entraîneur de sprint particulièrement, c'est le non-partage de sprint féminin jamaïcain quand on regarde le triplé à Eugene. C'est également les performances de la jeune Jackson aux 200 mètres. Au niveau africain, il y a la performance de Mademoiselle Seini du Niger qui a fait un 22,04 en demi-finale. Cette fille-là qui avait été accusée de taux de testostérone trop élevé, que je salue au passage. Au niveau masculin, le retour des Américains que nous saluons, illustré par le 1, 2, 3 sur le 100 mètres hommes en finale, mais également au niveau africain, au plan individuel, je retiendrai le record du monde junior du jeune Botswanais Tebego. Au-delà des performances, la saison elle-même a été perturbée vers sa fin, malheureusement pour certains pays du tiers-monde qui n'ont pas pu avoir le visa pour aller aux États-Unis. Ce problème de visa, c'est un problème pour tous les athlètes de haut niveau vivant et s'entraînant en Afrique, parce que malheureusement, nous n'avons pas beaucoup de compétitions de niveau élevé chez nous, et il faut aller en Europe pour le faire. Mais avoir le visa, c'est la croix et la bannière. C'est pourquoi j'attire l'attention des autorités et pour voir ce qu'ils peuvent faire exceptionnellement pour certains athlètes déjà ciblés et reconnus dans le ranking mondial. Merci et bonne saison 2023 qui commence.
As a sprints coach, Anthony Kofi's highlight for the women include the dominance of Jamaican ladies and the performance by Shericka Jackson, and on an African level, Niger's Aminatou Seini. Among the men, the return in force of US sprinters and the world under-20 record over 100 meters by Botswana's Letsile Tebogo. Coach Kofi also laments the visa issues which prevented a number of athletes from competing at the World Championships, as well as difficulties in obtaining visas for European events, limiting competition opportunities for athletes from developing countries. Merci, Coach Anthony. French journalist Alain Mercier, currently based in Thailand, sent us his top pick for 2022, a close-fought battle at the World Championships in Eugene.
My favorite moment of the year was the final of the women's 1500 at the World Track and Field Championships in Eugene, with Kipyegon, Tsegay and Muir, Kenya, Ethiopia and Great Britain, these three incredible athletes far ahead of the rest of the race. There was no tactics, no calculation, no expectation, just one obsession to go as fast as possible and to hold on until the end. For me, this race was probably one of the most beautiful I've ever seen in my life, and maybe the best illustration of the magic of athletics.
Thank you, Alain. Ethiopian journalist Abi Wendy from Mekonnen had many reasons to rejoice, as Ethiopia had an exceptional year at major championships, and he highlighted one special moment.
Yeah, Ethiopia had a very fantastic year in 2022 with excellent results in both World Indoor and World Championships. But also we also had a very fantastic time at Cali for the World Athletics U20. So to pick one favorite moment from this interesting incidents will not be easy, but if I have to, I would definitely go for the race where Lata Sambet won gold in 10,000 meters women, which I was lucky enough to witness in person. That was a great finish, which I had to watch the clip again and again. I at that time I could see the great Daraartu Tulluu in 5 meters distance, and she looked like she almost stopped breathing when Letesenbet, Obiri, and Hassan were going head to head for that last lap. The rest is history, as they say. So that victory was more than just a gold medal for Ethiopia. Letesenbet fell to her knees after crossing the finish line, and she was immediately looking for Ejigayo Taye, her strong teammate, who almost sacrificed everything to ensure her compatriot win. And Letesenbet assisted Ejigayo immediately in getting to her knees, and that thank you hugging, everything. That will be a great memory for everyone, I think. So that was so special because that was like a statement to the other athletes in the team who went to win more medals in the coming consecutive days. And that was also a great statement to the citizens of our great country, Ethiopia, to revive the hope that we can still win and support each other, and we can win together.
Thank you, Abi. Argentinian journalist Alejandro Maldonado chose 3 moments on a national, continental, and global level.
Hola, mi nombre es Alejandro Maldonado Casamajor, soy periodista de la Argentina y les voy a contar mis momentos atléticos de este 2022. Van a ser 3, el primero relacionado con mi país, con la Argentina, con los 2 récords sudamericanos logrados por Florencia Borelli, al convertirse en la primera mujer del continente en correr por debajo de los 9 minutos en los 3.000 metros llanos y de la hora 10 en el medio maratón, con sus registros de 8 minutos 53 segundos 89 en los 3.000 metros llanos en Estados Unidos, logrados en el meeting en Estados Unidos, y 1 hora 9 minutos 31 segundos en el medio maratón de Buenos Aires, que le dio además el campeonato sudamericano en la distancia. Luego, el otro momento tiene que ver con la actuación de la peruana Kimberly García al lograr las primeras medallas para su país en un campeonato mundial y de oro con sus triunfos en los 20 kilómetros de marcha atlética, en los 35 kilómetros de marcha atlética con récord sudamericano incluido, y al triunfar por equipos en los 20 kilómetros de marcha atlética, todo en el campeonato del mundo en Oregon, para la peruana en una disciplina donde Sudamérica ha tenido referente, como gran referente al ecuatoriano Jefferson Pérez. Lo de la peruana es sin dudas algo inolvidable. Y por último, y no por eso menos importante, el récord mundial logrado por Eliud Kipchoge en el maratón de Berlín con 2 horas 1 minuto 9 segundos, quedando a solo 70 segundos de lograr bajar la barrera de 2 horas, cosa que venía en el transcurso de esa carrera para lograrlo, pero desde el kilómetro 25 se quedó en soledad y aflojó sobre el final. Sin dudas, la vigencia y la capacidad de este atleta, que ya logró hacerlo en condiciones controladas y no homologables, lo hacen a sus 38 años hoy, sin dudas el gran momento, uno de los grandes momentos atléticos del año.
On a national level, Alejandro highlights Florencia Borelli, who set 2 barrier-breaking area records over 3,000 meters and in the half marathon, which she achieved during the Continental Championships in Buenos Aires. On a continental level, Alejandro was impressed by Peruvian race walker Kimberly Garcia and her double gold in Oregon 22. And on a global level, Alejandro highlights Eliud Kipchoge's marathon world record in Berlin and his quest to break the 2 hours barrier in a competition setup. Muchas gracias, Alejandro. Florencia Borelli really had a great year, and Kimberly Garcia and Eliud Kipchoge were amazing. Canadian photographer Klaus Anderson covered his 18th World Championships this summer in Oregon and highlights amazing women in Eugene, as well as a performance that warmed Canadian hearts.
Good afternoon, Anna. As you can tell by my background, it's the festive holiday season, and just a brief overview on my career. I've photographed 10 Olympic Games, and Eugene, Oregon was my 18th World Track and Field Championship. So over the years, there has been many great performances, and this year's edition of the World Championships featured many unbelievable events. And top off, my favorite events were Shelly Ann winning the 100 meters again for Jamaica, Toby Amusan winning the 100 hurdles in a world record time, and of course Sydney McLaughlin shattering the 400 meter hurdles record for the women. All fabulous events and tremendous competition right across the board for all the people that are taking the events in. On the men's side, obviously, I'm being Canadian, I'm a little partial to the men's 4x1 relay victory over the US, featuring Andre DeGrasse on the anchor. So that was a highlight for me, as well as obviously the world record by Mondo Duplantis in the pole vault. I think athletics in general at the World Championships really put their best foot forward as far as the competitors. Unbelievable facility, the new facility in Eugene. I think the US should be proud of that facility. And moving forward to Budapest next summer, I think athletics is in a good position with a lot of good stars, young athletes that are coming forward. And that's a tremendous thing to see, especially someone who loves athletics like I do. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great holiday season.
Thank you, Klaus. Hope to see you next summer in Budapest for your 19th World Championships. 1976 Olympic 200-meter gold medalist and 100-meter silver medalist Don Quarry kindly sent us his favorite moments of 2022.
I enjoyed watching the 4x1 relay women at the Eugene World Championships, especially the anchor leg. Terry and Jackson put on a show. I wondered what they were thinking the second they received the baton. Terry most likely ran a fantastic race knowing that Jackson would be coming at her, and Jackson was determined to catch her. She came close but didn't. The beauty about it was I saw the mental state of these athletes, whereby they were maxed out. They were running at full speed without making errors. And this is what I think will help them to improve their performances by focusing on that mental state that they went through in that relay.
Thank you, Don. Loved how you looked at what was probably going on in the sprinters' minds and the importance of the mental aspect. Chinese journalist Tony Doujia had a tough year as he was unable to cover the sport he deeply loves, but he traveled within China and discovered new experiences.
Hello, dear friend Anna, miss you so much. 2022 is a very special year for me. Since I began my athletics reporter career, this is the first time that I didn't go abroad to cover any athletics event at all. Even in China, there's nearly nothing. No big competitions, and couldn't go anywhere freely. Before the August of 2022, my life was away from athletics. At the beginning of this year, I went to Tibet to see the snow mountains. Then I went to Xinjiang, stayed in a very small Gebi town for more than 4 months. The town named Sandaoling is a coal mine town. It's very famous for its railway, which has Chinese last steam locomotives. I love it so much and took videos and photos every day. Because the town is in Gebi, the traffic is poor, so I had to work every day, nearly more than a half marathon per day. It's funny that the athletics is track and field, and also the trains run on the track. I love both of the track very much. Finally, I went to the southeast of China, Fujian province, in August, and finally got the athletics competitions there, such as Xiamen Marathon, beach games, and so on. But the most touching event for me is school games. As you may know that in China, the athletic competitions always has no audiences. But the school games I joined was amazing. Nearly every student and teachers, about 10,000 people, went into the stadium. So well, it's the end of this year. China finally decided to relax, and more competitions could be held. So maybe next year we can see each other, maybe in China. Hope so. And good luck to everybody. Thank you and Happy New Year.
谢谢 Yu Jia. Hope you will be back covering worldwide athletics events next year. Italian journalist Evelyn Watta, working for the Olympic Channel, tells about her favorite moments of 2022.
I have two favorite moments from track and field. My favorite track moment was certainly Toby Amusan's 110 meters world record and the world title. You know, we've known Africans to be strong in sprinting, but over the last few years, we've not seen Africans shining at the World Championships or even at the Olympic Games in the shorter races. So for Toby Amusan, who was considerably an underdog in the 110 meters hurdles, despite performing well in the series, to go out, break the world record in the semifinals, despite the pressure, maintain and win the world title was certainly my brilliant moment of the year. And then off the track, it has to be the world marathon, the men's marathon for Kipchoge, Eliud Kipchoge, at his age 36, to come out and extend his domination by, first of all, by winning the Tokyo Marathon in Japan earlier in the year, and then to maintain his form until he betters his own world record was simply another beautiful moment on the roads. So that's something that also stood out for me, because he's not young, and we are now seeing younger athletes racing the marathon. So for someone who is in his mid-30s to come out and extend his domination and break the world record over the marathon is simply fantastic. So those were certainly my two highlights from the season. Thank you.
Thank you, Evelyn. Italian journalist Franco Fava highlighted 3 exceptional moments, all of them from the World Championships in Eugene.
Hello to everybody. Here is Franco Fava from Rome. My best moment and memorable moments of athletics for this season are 3, all coming from Eugene World Championships. At the top, I would say, is Mondo Duplantis, when he jumped 6:21 to break another world record in pole vault, and he did it just at the very last moment of these great championships, when the 4x4 just finished and he jumped again. And what surprised me is not just the world record and the world title, but how good he can be in the summer season, and how good he was also in the winter season. So with 2 picks in one here is just great for him. And second, I would say Sydney McLaughlin, when she broke again the 400 hurdles world record with 50:68, and when she did an unbelievable split time in the 4x4. And she's so young, like Mondo, so I look forward to see both of them again to improve their performances. And third, but not last, is the 200 meter by Noah Lyles, when he ran 19:31 and breaking by 1/100th of a second the Michael Johnson national record, which was in Atlanta in 96, also a world record when he won both 200 and 400. Noah has done so many good time in 200 meter and is getting so closer to the world record by Usain Bolt. So let's see what's happening again next year also in 100 meter.
Grazie Franco. US photojournalist Karen Mitchell shared some insights from her life covering athletics events worldwide.
I'm Karen Mitchell, a photojournalist living in Pennsylvania in the United States. As a photojournalist, I like to tell my story mostly through my photos. We publish on Runner's Gazette, which started out as a monthly newspaper. It's now a website. I like being a photojournalist and I love the travel opportunities that it creates, international, national, and local. But I never underestimate the time it takes to travel to the event, shoot the photos, edit the photos, that's a big part, and write and publish articles. 2022 has been a good year with many running events returning in their own time slots. This year we covered Boston, Chicago, New York, Philadelphia, and Baltimore marathons, JFK 50 miler, Cherry Blossom 10 miler in Washington, DC, and lots of other events. Cross country is definitely a favorite event, taking us to various locations. In recent years, Scotland, Jordan, Poland, Spain, China, Uganda, and Denmark, plus European cross country several times. A trend in cross country is non-traditional cross country courses. In Denmark, for example, the course was on the grounds of a museum, and in addition to the usual up and down, mud, grass, water, this course traveled up a museum roof and back down again and through a beer tent. Our recent event was held north of Torino in a beautiful park, and this course featured, like every other one, mud, hills, and a stunning view of the Alps and a trip into and back out of a museum every lap. One more thing, there aren't many other women doing the type of photography that I do, and I hope others will consider joining us. With technology, it's easy to stay in touch, and if you would like to have a mentor, I would love to be a mentor, just let me know. Anna, thank you very much for asking me to talk about what I do.
Thank you, Karen. Great to see you at so many competitions around the globe. Mexican journalist Katia Lopez shared her top pick for 2022.
Hello, dear friends. Hello again. This is Katia Lopez, a sports journalist in Mexico, and here we are choosing our favorite moments in the 2022 season in athletics. Well, I will be very honest with you. I will have chosen another moment, but this one struck me. And it happened just a few days ago in Guerrero, a state in the south side of Mexico, where there was a track and field competition, and there was a club in which the athletes choose to compete barefoot. And even with this, most of them won their events. And it was very inspirational for me because it shows that it's not about the clothes or the spikes you wear. It's about the way you make your efforts become victory. And for me, this was a very motivational situation to see that sometimes the greatest moments are not just in the Diamond League or World Championships or Olympic Games. Sometimes the greatest moment came in the smallest events. Well, I hope you have a wonderful 2023 year full of athletics, full of efforts, full of victories, and full of inspirational moments that we still share. See you soon.
Thank you, Kathy. Loved the original angle. Great athletics is not only at the elite level. Cuban journalist Lilian Cid sent her top picks, which she had trouble choosing in a year of so many great performances.
Hola Ana, bueno, desde Cuba saludo y agradecida por la oportunidad de conversar con tus seguidores a través de tu canal de YouTube. Me preguntabas un momento trascendental para mí en este año atlético que cierra y bueno, te confieso que la tarea ha sido complicada porque tenemos una temporada de resultados excelsos, de récord del mundo, de atletas legendarios produciendo resultados que no han dejado indiferente a nadie. Pero bueno, me voy a quedar con uno y creo que la apuesta necesaria viene por nacionalidad. La temporada del triple salto masculino yo creo que ha sido espectacular el rendimiento de los atletas nacidos acá, representen o no a nuestra tierra, han dominado el ranking del mundo del triple salto de una manera yo creo que sin precedentes y sobre todo se han coronado en los principales eventos que hemos disputado. Campeón mundial Pedro Pichardo con sangre cubana, el campeón de la Liga Diamante Andy Díaz con sangre cubana y el campeón del mundial bajo techo en Belgrado pues Lázaro Martínez, cubano, con sangre cubana, y es el único de esta generación donde también está Jordan Díaz que representa a Cuba. Independientemente de si visten o no los colores de nuestra tierra, yo creo que hay que resaltar el talento y el prestigio y también la facilidad, por decirlo de alguna manera, que tenemos o que tienen los atletas nacidos acá para representarnos en esta especialidad, así que creo que me voy a quedar con ese evento, con el triple salto masculino y con la temporada legendaria que han tenido los atletas nacidos aquí en nuestra tierra, con sus resultados que les han permitido dominar ambas temporadas, o sea, bajo techo dominando los cubanos y al aire libre dominando los cubanos. Así que la felicitación para todos estos atletas y por agradecerte de nuevo la oportunidad y que ojalá pronto podamos seguir disfrutando de resultados de nivel de los atletas de nuestra tierra. Un saludo y nada, Lilian Cid desde Cuba.
Lilian hides the great year by Cuban-born triple jumpers who occupy 4 of the top 5 spots in the outdoor top list and the top 3 spots indoors. Cuban-born Pedro Pichardo, now competing for Portugal, took the world title in Eugene, while Europe-based Andy Diaz Hernandez took the Diamond League trophy, and Cuba-based Lázaro Martínez took the world indoors title. Another European-based Cuban, Jordan Diaz Fortuna, also shone in 2022, demonstrating the depth of talent of Cuban-born athletes in this event. Muchas gracias, Lilian. The Netherlands' multi-talented Femke Bol had an amazing year. Here is her favorite moment.
My greatest moment of season 2022 was Europeans, where I achieved the triple, of course. I think maybe the happiest part of that was the 400 hurdles at first, because then I achieved the double, so yeah, it's for sure Europeans.
Her triple gold at the Europeans was indeed amazing. Let's hear more from Femke.
And how important is it for you to do very well in the relay with your teammates?
It's really important. I mean, we train a lot together and we really want to achieve this together. So being able to all put up a good race and run this amazing time and become European champion was truly amazing, and yeah, really amazing.
And you had a fantastic anchor leg.
Yeah, I love being the anchor leg and just chasing down and then try to go over in the last 100. I mean, I think it's great that we can finish it all together, and you can see them waiting for you, and you know, I have to go run. So yeah, it's amazing.
Thank you, Femke. Bahamian journalist Sheldon Longley highlights the performances of his compatriots.
Hi Anna, hope all is well with you and your family. Sheldon coming to you from the Bahamas. I could say that we had another great year in track and field. The highlight for us is probably Shawnee winning the gold medal at the World Athletics Championship in Eugene, becoming just the second woman ever to win all of the global titles in athletics. That's World Youth, World Junior, World Indoor, World Senior, and the Olympic title, joining Milena Smedeva from Russia. That was a highlight for us. Also a two-time World Olympic champion, so yeah, we're very proud of her. We also had a World Junior title from Anton Andrews in the men's 100-meter hurdles. That was another highlight for us. Another big highlight for us is hosting the NACAC Championships, which is the biggest level of track and field level to come to the Bahamas since the World Relays. We're also excited the World Relays is coming back to the Bahamas in 2024. So that's another highlight for us. Also, we got Devon making it to the final of the World Indoors, winning the silver medal there. She also won bronze medal at NACAC. I think she was bronze at the Commonwealth Games. We also had a gold from the Quan at the Commonwealth Games in the men's long jump. Stevie got injured, so he wasn't able to defend his world title in Eugene. And we also had Keyshawn winning a bronze medal at the World Juniors. So overall, I think we had another great year in track and field. We're looking forward to 2023, the World Championships in Budapest. Hopefully we can field a strong team there. We're looking forward to Shawnee defending her title in the 400 meters. I know she said she might run the 200 meters, but final decision has not been made on that as yet. And we're looking forward to the return of Stevie, and we're also looking forward to some of our other top athletes as well. All right, so if you ask me for the highlight, I'd say the main highlight was Shawnee winning the gold medal in Eugene, and also us hosting the NACAC Championships in Freeport, Grand Mama. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, Sheldon. Indeed, amazing Shawnee. US journalist Weldon Johnson tells us about his favorite moment from the US Championships in June.
Love athletics community. My favorite moment of 2022, it wasn't the fastest performance of the year. It wasn't even a world championship winning performance. But this one had it all. Stars of the sport, anticipation, great performances, thrilling finish, and a little trash talk as well. It was the men's 200 meters at the USATF Championships, where Noah Lyles, the world champion, was taking on the 18-year-old upstart Arian Knighton, who earlier in the year had run 1949. Was Knighton going to steal the mantle from Lyles? Was the buzz coming in? And this one delivered at the New Hayward Field. Gun goes off. Knighton opens up a huge lead on the turn. I'm like, whoa, this thing is over. But Noah Lyles is the champion. He doesn't quit, keeps clawing back. Right before the finish, goes by Knighton, gets the win, and does one of these. Just a little celebratory point. Got a lot of buzz afterwards. 1967 to 1969, I think, were the times. Hey, Noah Lyles ran 1931 to break the great Michael Johnson's American record at the World Championships. But no, that one wasn't a close race. This one delivered. On the track, then off the track as well, where everyone afterwards was debating the little pistol point that Noah Lyles did. So, a great moment for me. Probably a little bit, might be forgotten by most people in about 5 years. Maybe not. This rivalry keeps delivering.
Thank you, Weldon. That race really did have it all. And Noah versus Arian could provide many more thrilling moments in the years to come. Chinese journalist Vincent Wu Junquan tells us about his special moment of the year.
My favorite moment of the year came from Beijing Marathon. The last finisher of the race was an 86-year-old man, whose name is Zhang Shun. It was quite a cold day. When he reached the home stretch, the thin old man was running very slowly, just ahead of the cut-off time. He looked shaky in small steps, but never he stopped. All the pacers remaining on the course followed him patiently in a row, and all the audience was cheering for him. When he finally crossed the line, he was greeted with even louder cheers and applause. The pacers all bowed to him to show their respect, and the old man reacted with a big smile on his face. I think he is a perfect demonstration of sportsmanship by showing the power of persistence.
Thank you, Vincent. Thank you for highlighting the performance by Zhao Shun, a special athletics moment indeed. Slovak journalist Zuzana Trojakova chose a moment from the World Indoors as her top pick of the year.
Hello from Lednice. The year 2022 was very, very full and fruitful. For me, especially, it was special because of two moments which I will always remember. And that was the world record in the triple jump of Yulimar Rojas in Belgrade, because it was something extraordinary and special. And then it was the World Championships in Eugene, Oregon, where Tobi Amusan of Nigeria broke the world record in the 100-meter hurdles, which was completely unexpected. And then she repeated this performance like 2 hours later again, even with the wind support, but it was really special, and I think I will always remember these two moments until the rest of my life. So thank you very much, and hope the next year will be as special as was this one. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Susanna. A huge thank you to all the athletes, journalists, photographers, and officials who agreed to share their favorite moment of 2022. What was your pick? Leave a comment and let us know. Thank you all for watching, and see you again in the second half of January. Hope you enjoy a serene ending to this year, and wish you all a joyful, healthy, and athletics-filled 2023. Thank you. Bye-bye.